time right now. What does it mean for you personally to be here tonight?
For me, it's pretty cool just to get an opportunity to talk with kids about health and fitness. I think that's something that, I really harp on myself. I feel like as a child, like all I knew was you just eat to play, not necessarily eat to fuel the right way. So now knowing what I know, being able to pass on the information that I know about, eating lots of fruits and staying away from the chips and the pizzas and all that stuff is, it's pretty cool to be able to pass it along.
As a pro athlete, the influence that you have on others, being able to play that out in terms of nutrition, fitness.
Say that again.
You're able, as a pro athlete, you're able to influence others when it comes to nutrition and fitness.
Yeah, I mean that's what, hopefully my platform is for. Just to inform people of the things that I've found out along my journey, and to be able to help as many, kids and people who are looking for the knowledge as possible.
And when we talked to you at the beginning of the year, staying healthy was the big goal for you this year. How's that gone? How are you feeling through, the first half of the season here? And, were there any adjustments with that or things you kind of had to change to be healthy this year?
Good question. It's gone pretty well. Um, Nothing drastic. I don't think anything drastic. I've been lifting a lot, but I usually always lift a lot, so it's just kind of part of my regimen. So nothing different, but I have been feeling very good as of lately.
And how have you feel the year's gone overall for you? Obviously, over the last month or two here, you haven't played a ton. But just how have you kind of been dealing with that and just kind of trying to still contribute?
Yeah, I feel like every opportunity that I have to step in the facility to be around my teammates is an opportunity for me to contribute. Not necessarily like what I do on the floor, because my presence is like bigger than just my play. And obviously I want to play, but you got to do what's necessary. And so for me, I just try to bring that energy, speak that life onto my teammates, and give everybody encouragement to keep being them, to keep playing as well as they can play, and that I got their back.
Actually, almost made someone fall in the competition.
Oh
out
my
there.
God.
You showed someone. I saw a little panic come across your face when she almost fell down.
Because she said it. She was like, yo, I'm going to fall. I'm like, bro, you got it. Just, slow down. And she almost fell. It was crazy.
I got you. Well, along those lines of what Bobby was talking about, what are the conversations been like with maybe Joe or even DJ about like that staying ready, you constantly, I mean, you just mentioned it yourself, like bigger than just being on the court. What have those conversations been like behind the scenes?
They've been pretty good, especially with me and DJ. We have been talking a lot about, using this as an opportunity to work on other things. So for me, becoming more and more of an unconscious shooter where, it's similar to when you watch Sam and he can have somebody like all up in his airspace and he's just unfazed and he still lets it go. Just trying to adopt some of those mentalities where, I can be the same in terms of just being unconscious about it. And I've been progressing very well over these last 2 months in that area for sure.
Then you talked about it, I think, around when it happened, but you were with KP when he was first coming back and you had that practice with Maine. One, what does that do for you to be able to play and get out there and sort of practice with KP? And two, what did you see from him, especially as he's like, when he came back from the surgery and then he has dealt with a bunch of other mini injuries, like mentally has to be pretty taxing. What have you seen from him, and then what did that practice do for you?
What have I seen for him as far as like how he's dealt with
like
the little
mental
stuff?
toll, yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's a tough thing to go through. And keep going through.
KP's really good at balancing work and life. So he's one of those people who is really good about not, like bringing the stuff that happens on the court off the court. And so he's a guy who you can always look to for like positive affirmations and just an overall good vibe. Like KP's not one to let his on-court performance impact like how he treats people. So that's what I've learned from him, especially. As far as me playing live, I mean, it was just really good to get up and down, to be able to work on a lot of the stuff, like I said, about the shooting and stuff like that, and get as many live reps as possible.
On that unconscious shooting, like just not even thinking about it. What's the process of getting better at that look like? Like what kind of things are you doing? And I remember that game you started against Brooklyn. Like they were kind of saying like, all right, we're gonna let you shoot. Did that kind of like influence that like focus for you on that area?
Yeah, well, it's been an ongoing thing. So for me in my career, I've never been a shooter. So like for me now coming over here and that being asked of me, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that I was more than willing to accept because I want to impact the team, whether they see fit. So at first it was me just kind of getting over the hump and trusting that like these are the shots that I'm supposed to take, and then after that it's all reps, just repping it out day in and day out. And then once you get into the live actions, when we do reads with me and like Jordan Walsh and Jaden Springer and Neem, like the same kind of mentality and attitude. I take it to there to be able to adopt it into the game. So that's kind of like the process of it and how it goes for me.
What's it like turning 26?
Feels good. I feel like I'm 35, and maybe that's just because of my lifestyle, but like, feels good.
You mentioned that you've never been a shooter. How tough is it, like, mentally to get over the hump of, like, at any other point in your career, maybe you would drive, a shot that you're
Oh,
open
yeah.
or take. Like, how hard is it to, like, get over that hump? And
Oh,
what have you
it's-
been doing behind the scenes to get over it?
It's really hard, and it's actually hilarious because there'd be so many opportunities where we'd be in a live read, and I would do that. I would catch it, and the guy would close out, and I'd go right by him, and then they'd stop it after I make the layup, and they say, no, you're supposed to shoot that. And I'm like, what? Like, I had him. Like, I saw his feet were out of place, and da-da-da. And they're like, that's not the point. Like, the point is to be an unconscious shooter. So, like, it's been a process. It's been a fun process, though, to say the least, just because it's truly a challenge that, like, each and every day, like, I got to, like, buckle up for,
Yeah.
just because I have to, like, kind of rip out that old habit,
And then since you've been in Boston, I remember at the start of the year you said, you got all your contracts offers, you were evaluating your decision, then you decided to come back here. And at the end of the day, it was like an easy decision to come back here. What have you seen since you've been back for this season, and do you still stand by, like, it was an easy decision to come back here?
Yeah, I mean, bro, we're the reigning champs. Like, to say that I'm on the best team in the world is, like, amazing. So I definitely stand by the decision that I made, and I'm making the most out of the opportunities that I have each and every day. So I have zero regrets.